time on D20Z, Tobias was kidnapped by a group of mercenaries working for the mysterious Dr. Zero. After tossing one of them into a sewer grate, Tobias attempted to flee, but the young Saiyan was soon surrounded by enemies. The leader of the mercenary group now faces him down, charging a massive energy attack. Will Tobias be able to survive? Find out today on D20Z.
So now I'm rolling ranged energy combat, I guess.
19, and you get a +2 for being behind Turnip.
Oh, nice! I matched him with the +2, so it's a roll-off.
Turnip gets hit. Let's do the roll-off real quick. I'm going to tell you what happens.
12.
15.
Fuck.
So it hits both of you, but it hits Turnip the worst.
Fuck Turnip. I'm more concerned about the civilians he's blowing out.
Okay, Turnip takes 13 damage, and you take half.
Half?
Yeah.
Because I matched the roll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. So I take 6
and because
damage.
the kid...
And because Parsley's in the way.
Yeah.
Hooray for meat shields!
So Turnip fails a reflex check.
Since it's Brock's turn, it's now my turn, right? Or after his attack.
Wait a minute.
After he's done.
You both get knocked into the wall, and Turnip is prone. But give me a reflex check.
Reflex, that's dexterity. I got a 10.
Did I say check? I should have said save. Keep saying check.
So I succeeded with that, I assume? Because saves are going lower, checks are going higher. Oh, phew.
You pass, so describe it.
So as I take hold of Turnip's body to try and get out of the way of the damage, but it doesn't quite work, so I'm grabbing onto his armor, and we spin in the air. He tumbles. I let go of him, and then I roll onto the grating and land on my feet. Now that it's my turn, I'm going to, and since Brock seems to be intent on killing no matter what, I am going to boot Turnip in the side and try and kick him out of the way of the next attack.
Okay, go for it.
Because Tobias is still not likely to try and kill someone. So that would be melee damage, or he's prone, so it's an auto hit, right?
No, his defenses are halved.
No, okay, so close combat to kick him, and I got a 16. I mean, I'm trying to kick him out of the way. It's like not like I'm trying.
I got a 16 too. Roll off.
I
got an 8.
got a 14.
So you hit. All right, I'm gonna describe this. You guys had like a blow exchange while he's on the floor.
I'm just trying to kick him out of the way.
You attempted to kick him, and it matched his fist, causing a shockwave through the air and kicking up like dust particles and shattering some of the wood. And so on your second attempt, you actually managed to connect, and his face just twists like, oh! Go ahead and roll that damage for me so I can add it.
I'm rolling strength first to see how far he sails from the kick out of the way, because I don't want him in the way of Brock's damage, because he clearly doesn't give a shit about his allies.
Okay.
And like I said, Tobias is like, he's trying to escape, but he's not trying to kill anybody.
Okay, with a check like that, I'm going to go ahead and say that he moves a quarter of your distance of your speed.
Oh, wow. He went 62 feet.
350 divided by 4 is actually 87.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. He kicked him to the side. He didn't go that far. He got that way. Oh, wow. He's off the map.
So
let's just say he's right there.
He flies up into the air. That's quite some distance. He flies through a window. And
through a window? Like, I thought we were through clear space.
No. This is a building.
We were outside.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Yeah, you said we were out. We were thrown outside, so I assumed we were outside.
Okay,
and I kicked him. Anyway.
Okay, so he bounces off of the generator, which slows him down a little bit, and he spins rapidly until he comes to a stop and starts falling, and he's just has this just pained expression on his face, just like, I hate today. He lands, and it's a big dust poof in the ground. Give me your damage. 7 damage.
No, you're right. Okay, so melee damage, am I getting this correct? It says strength plus 1d4?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I did 7 damage. So I'm going to make senses key to make sure he's still alive. So like I said, I didn't intend to kill him. I just wanted to boot him out of the way.
Okay. Parsley is out for blood.
He's had a really shitty day.
Yeah.
I got a 15 to see if he's dead.
Okay, so you sense that he's a little injured, but he still has his power hasn't dropped at all.
Good. Okay. Well, kind of good. Okay, so
in fact, you can see him kind of through the dust, kind of struggling, just like.
Stay down! I just saved your life from your own fucking teammate. I shout.
Okay, what do you do next?
And then, so
Brock
he's going...
is standing through the wreckage of the building, really unamused.
Yeah, so,
You're not even gonna power up?
I probably should.
But you need a full turn.
I do.
Okay.
However, I don't need a full turn to do...
I am going to give you a dragon point for that display that you did.
Oh, where? Where I kicked the dude out of the way?
Yeah, that was epic.
I mean, it really wasn't that epic. It was just Tobias being like, yeah, I don't want to kill this guy. I just want to get the fuck away. But cool.
You kicked him like 87 feet, dude.
That's true.
That's epic. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to use the dragon point to take a full turn, make a full turn and power up. But then, which will put me at 195.
I want you to describe it this time.
So, and in the same process, while he's powering up, he's using the protokata. So his he clenches his fists at his side and stares down Brock through the rubble that he created of these people's shoddy ass hovel. He starts to roar or starts to growl, his teeth creaking. He can hear his teeth creaking as he clenches his jaw, and then as his aura forms, it's just a pale yellow line around his body, right? And then he pulls his fists up to about about eye level, draws them back to his sides, and the earth around him, and I assume the generator next to him, ends up getting smashed, like, and a yellow flame erupts around his body that looks almost like a Super Saiyan, and clearly isn't because it's not gold. And suppressed power. I need to roll the intimidation check, right? I got a 21.
You pass. He's intimidated.
So Tobias snorts as his aura licks around his body in a erratic flame, and as his aura forms, he opens his palms and puts them in front of his chest, one over like the left hand on the bottom and the right hand on the top, in a very Tai Chi looking move, and then spreads his hands out so that his front hand and his left hand is out front, the back of his palm facing him, and the right palm is facing the ground. Both palms are glowing bright yellow, and the yellow is creeping up his arm and taking over the intense yellow flames. And he glares at him and he says, "Now you're going to see why Zero wants his project back."
Brock backs up and he's just like, "Not possible. We didn't sense any kind of power like this before."
So next, I have to make the wisdom check, which is insane. But I only have 3 wisdom, so good luck with that, Tobias. Oh,
critical
fuck
fail.
Me running. What?
Critical fail.
So as Tobias finishes the protokata and starts to try and activate the engineered legend ability, but instead of forming in the way that he wants to, his body starts to form these burn shape. His aura darkens and forms these darker, bright, mustard-colored licks of flames off of the mostly calm energy following around him, right, or on his body, or just the things close to his skin, and wherever it turns darker, the skin starts to turn red, like he's been burnt. So Tobias growls and doesn't make any indication that this is not what's supposed to happen. But if anybody knew anything about it, they would clearly know it isn't. So he's going to charge at the guy. Can I still charge up at him? Or charge at him and, like,
You
try to...
used one melee action before, right?
Oh, yeah, I
And then
used
you-
one melee
you used the
action. I
dragon
used
point
a
to
full
power
dragon point to power up,
You
and
have
then
three
a movement
melees.
action. And I used a movement action to activate the dragon's, the proto kata.
Okay, movement action's been used, so you have 3 melee actions left.
I'll convert a melee action into 2 movements. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So the charge through the building. So I, instead of, I can't really use my, oh crap, I moved, so I take 1d6 plus my dex in damage. Yay! So Tobias the burns seem to be even to grow as he charges at him, and he winds back, like nearly turning his whole body, like moving his whole body downward so that he crouches and starts to wind back to punch this guy in an uppercut in the jaw, hoping to send him right through the ceiling. That is to hit, because it replaces my dexterity with my strength in melee attacks.
Oh, you hit.
Nice. So it connects with his jaw, and then I have to make a strength check to try and fling him.
Pass, I'll give it to you.
Yay! Okay, now there's a
So
10% chance to weaken him.
Through the ceiling, it creates
not
a
weakened.
massive hole, and he's still suspended in midair. You have 1 more movement action and 1 melee action.
1 more movement action and 1 melee action. So I literally can't follow him into the air. So
You could jump with an athletics check.
all right, I guess I'm gonna do that, and
You could like axe handle smash him into the ground, Dragon Ball Z style.
yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna leap into the air through the hole. Athletics check it. No, wait, that's an acrobatics check, actually.
Yeah, acrobatics, whatever.
And I have a point in that.
All right, go for it. Pass.
Yeah. So I acrobatics check up into and then I as I pass him in the air, I smash him in the back of the head with the axe handle, and hopefully not hit him into this building. But considering there's the bar behind us, that's probably the more likely target. So now my melee damage.
You hit.
12 damage total. So, like I said, Tobias charges forward and, shit. I powered up, I blew out the generator on the side, charged through the ruins, and uppercut him through the ceiling. And as he's flying up into the air, I jump up, like, at least 40. I'm sure he's sailing up to like 100 feet or so, because he went sailing. And smash him down on the back of his head, and he goes careening through the air, hits the sand, and creates this huge plume of dust, right? And then tumbles a few feet backwards into the bar, like into the bar room door. Not like actually smashing the bar, but just the door.
He hits the door, and it causes cracks and stuff in the grating and in the rocks around you, or him.
So I'm gonna take a.
And he's just like sitting there going, ah.
So Tobias is going to. I have to make another acrobatics check to land properly.
Oh, you're still in the air though.
Wait, I'm still in the air. I can't fly.
Yeah, you're still in the air. Don't worry. Now it's Parsley's turn. So Parsley, he uses, he like crouches low when he sees you in the air, and he's just like, "You bastard!" And this shockwave of ki just kind of radiates out, kicking up dust, and he charges towards you, reaches his fist way back, and tries to punch you in the stomach, and he's gonna fail.
He's gonna fail.
Yeah.
Does he epically fail?
No, he didn't crit fail or anything.
I got a 13 total.
He got a 9. So, yeah. So you block it.
As he comes flying at me in the air, I use my hands and I just like deflect him to the side. Even though I'm falling, I still manage to deflect his fist off to the side.
Okay, so you deflect him to the side, and he catches himself with flight turns around and tries to spin kick you into the ground.
19.
You got a 17.
So he's flying, and I'm not. I can't. So he tries to spin kick me into the ground, and I put both my hands up and try to grab his foot so that he can't, so that I, A, don't drop, and B, he can't use that leg to attack me. Can I grab check him?
No.
Damn.
So after you block, he's getting a lot more frustrated. He kind of lets himself float back, puts his arms in front of his face, and then everything starts to get a little bit darker, and he starts to chant, "Tyrant Lancer!" And there's a large key wave that fires out and attempts to stab right through you.
Just close energy defense?
Yep.
I got a 17.
He got a 14.
Oh, yeah. So, rather than actually take the damage from that, Tobias sees the energy wave coming, and with his hands that are glowing, still channeling kinetic energy for the precursor to the dragon style, he puts his hands forward and feels a crackle of energy against his hands as the key he's put into his hands meets the wave, and he literally rides the wave backwards away from what's his name, still managing to keep himself in the air without having any fucking clue how to fly.
Okay, that's not all.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, I can't believe that worked.
What?
Yeah, you're blind at Mag 1.
How am I blind?
You deflected
You
it,
missed.
but it has a 15% chance to blind regardless.
I thought the chance was it had to roll under the attack, under the rule number.
No.
That's
not.
yeah.
Alright.
That's how we always said it was.
We can do that. Fine.
I mean, unless we had intended to have it. So I don't want. All right, fine. I'm blighted. It's okay. You're the GM. You called it. God damn it.
Okay.
I still managed to dodge all that shit.
And so he's really amused with himself, and he's like, "Ha! That's what you get, you little punk!" So it's Turnip's turn. Turnip stands up, and he sees that you guys are still in midair. So he's going to convert half of his turn into a move action to get over to where you guys are. He stops.
Wow, he's slow.
He stops.
Oh, come on, Turnip. I just saved your ass from this guy's blast wave.
And he's going to toss a key bomb at you. So he tosses 2 key bombs at you. 23 to hit.
Okay. The first one hit.
You're taking -2 to your checks because you're blind. And an 8 for the last roll.
Huh.
But you still take... Oh!
Fuck you.
What? I gotta have a little fun too.
Yeah.
So both of them explode on you for grade 2 radius.
But that means that both of them get caught in the blast wave.
Yep. So
Dumbasses.
you take 6 damage for the first one.
The second one's maxed out.
Yep. So 16 plus 3. And then he takes half of that.
59. I have 22 fatigue left. I am so fucked.
Maybe not. I'm surprised you haven't done a sense key check on all these guys.
Well, that's true. That's a good idea.
So here's what happens. So he stands up, and he's just like, fucking kid. And he, like, super speeds up to where you are, sees you're still in midair with Parsley. Parsley looks at him, and he's like, no, don't do it. And, like, he stretches his hands back and creates 2 orbs of yellow key and tosses them at, like, baseballs at you, and they both explode because you're blind, you can't see anything, and it causes you to fly and slam into the ground over here. And the shock waves explode and toss Parsley through the air, and he lands on the ground too, tumbling and rolling. Parsley, he rolls to a stop, and he's like crouched. He's on the ground with one elbow stuck in the ground. And he's like dust covering his face. His scouter's broken, and he's just like, "You moron! I told you not to do that." And Turnip's just like, yeah, sorry." So Brock finally gets to stand up, and he looks at you, and he's like, "You're a lot more trouble than you're worth, kid.
You have no idea what I'm worth."
I'm beginning to see why Zero wants you. I'm gonna have to ask for a raise."
I don't think you're going to have much luck with that from the afterlife.
You still think you can beat me? I have to say, you have a high power, but I can see that little aura of yours is racking up damage on you quite quickly.
Which one?
I think you're going to end up passing out before long.
And I think your guys are going to probably pass out from the stench of parsley over there.
You leave me no choice. So he starts to power up, and his muscles bulk out, and he uses low-class tank. And allows himself 32 temporary fatigue. I'm a lot tougher than I look, kid. I'm just going to have to warn you. You might die from this.
Well, that's all we've got for you today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, comment below, and share this with everyone you know who loves Dragon Ball, loves anime, manga, shonen, and tabletop gaming.